Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and to my current subscribers, I am so grateful for you. Thank you for sticking with me these past few months. I know I have not been posting that much content as I have just been consumed, unfortunately, by my day job. But please, if you don't already follow me, please do so on Instagram and Facebook. That information is down below. I have been posting some sporadic content there, some videos, and obviously just posts, but that content doesn't make its way over to YouTube. So there may be some messages and some things that would be beneficial for you over there. So I wanted to come on here today because we are right in the middle of Leo season, and tomorrow is 8/8, the Lionsgate portal. It's an extremely powerful time of year. There's always a lot of shifts that happen this time of year, and I think it's just a combination of the fiery energy that's in the air, right? Summer, you've got 8/8, the infinity. There's all the things cosmically that are happening. And each year, though, I feel like that we've been here, this one especially, the shifts are just profound of things that are um, exploding, not just in ways that our society is changing, in ways that everything that we know, our foundation, our sense of security, for many of us, on different scales, right? I know a lot of people are going through a lot of transformation right now, a lot of change, and change that isn't easy. But I wanted to come on here today to just kind of tap into that and see what message, spirit, the divine, have for the collective in this regard. And again, this is a collective reading, it's a general reading. So take whatever resonates and toss the rest. If you want to look into your specific situation, you can contact me to schedule an appointment. That information is down below. So I'm just going to pull a spread and just kind of see what spirit wants us to know about this Lionsgate portal, and like what's going on right now, what is happening, as a society, all the changes. Okay, that's the one that wants to come through. This is the Mermaid Tarot. It just felt like the energy of that one. I know it's counterintuitive. The Mermaid, this deck is not really a gentle one, even though it's called the Mermaid deck. Okay. Wow. Okay. Not surprised to see that. So on the bottom of the deck, we have death, and it's a very dark card. This one is a very dark card. And sometimes when you see the death card, it's got this kind of like rebirth energy about it, right? And this, I think people are attributing what's going on now. I mean, obviously the rise in COVID cases and all those things. Others, maybe don't fear that. They may fear more the loss of their freedoms, and the ways that things are changing with mandates and things like that. And there could be people that are in the middle that are, don't like the way things are going either way, right? And so literally there's this dark energy in the air. It almost looks like these creatures, because they're in a boat, these sea creatures, maybe there was an oil spill or something, and they've just got this like sludge on them. There's this sludge, and it's this heaviness. And but what you've got to see is like there is hope. There's hope here. I mean, this one got rescued, and he almost, to me, looks like he could almost be a phoenix coming out. But this is like, this I think is like, okay, this is confirmation. The divine has us. Like, they have our back. It seems like everything is falling apart right now. but things are being cleansed and cleared to bring way for the new, if that makes any sense. I know when I channel, sometimes I twist words around, so things come out faster than like when I'm thinking. So yeah, again, just take it for what makes sense to you. Something else I was gonna say, and it's hard too when the way that things are, right? The way that we're used to just doing things, our entire level of existence, in 2020 changed, right? I mean, not being able to go out and socialize the way we're used to, not working, in an office. And I mean, in some ways there were good changes, right? But it was scary. It was like the entire world as we knew it, right, changed. And now there was kind of a reset there, right? And now in 2021, I think people have expected that we would have broke free and from the surface, but it's like now it's this entire other level of peeling back the layers that we weren't expecting, and change, massive change. And so part of what I'm getting is that for many of us, we're living in two worlds. Still, we're anchoring, because with the Two of Pentacles here, we're anchoring, the 3D existence, and we're anchoring the 5D existence. And it's getting to the point where it's like he's like teetering and struggling to balance all of this stuff. And he's getting pulled in this one direction, right? He's pulled and he wants to like go up here, but he keeps looking back. And I think some of that is like, well, for some of us, if you identify yourself as a light bearer, and you're on this spiritual path of awakening and ascension, it's like, I know I'm being pulled and called to do something, to a higher calling, to a higher level, but I have to be able to make money. I have to be able to survive. What am I supposed to do here, right? There's this fear of letting go of everything and trusting and surrendering to the flow and the all, and trusting that when you do that, doors are going to open for you. And the blocking energy here is the Ace of Swords. It's like you're not willing to pick up that sword. When I say you, I mean, again, it's us as a collective, but if this is resonating, like you're in this situation, you're not quite ready to pick up that sword and cut away the past, cut away the things in order to usher in what you do know is coming, or you feel is coming. You feel it in every fiber of your being that you have to make a change, but this fear is holding you back. And Ace of Swords, of all the aces, it is it's a darker energy. It's one of the more challenging. Of all the aces, a more challenging energy. But it's also a card about clarity, about truth, clarity. And for me, I'm seeing like you got to pick that sword up and live and speak your truth. And you feel like, maybe you're afraid to try to make these changes, or you're afraid of what people will think of you. You're afraid of being judged. And it's, the message I'm getting is it's time to pick up that sword. It's time to pick up that sword. And things are no longer going to be murky. And if they're murky for you, like, because it looks like this is actually underwater, like this is maybe a sunken ship and this sword is down there. It's like you've been in this like murky, heavy energy, and it's like finally like you're down at the bottom and you think you're going to drown, and this sword, this clarity, this truth comes in, and it's like, oh my God, now yes, like there are ways that I can still balance this, right? If the situation that you're in, and with Pentacles being here, I'm centering in on jobs, but it could also be a physical relationship, but whatever it is, the situation as it is out of balance. It's not working for you. But I think the Lionsgate portal, if you aren't getting it already, what they're saying is the energy is going to come in. the truth, clarity, something's going to come in quickly, and you've just got to like be open and be receptive to it. And when it clicks, when the light bulb goes off, like you're going to be ready to just go. What's important to remember is that tomorrow, 8/8, in addition to being the Lionsgate portal, very powerful, you know, the double numerals as well with the 8/8 day, is that it's a new moon. Sorry, it's a new moon in Leo, and we're in Leo season. Lionsgate. I mean, it's just very, very powerful energy for manifesting. So that's what the current, the current vibe here in the 3 spot is 3 of Wands. It's like, getting that clarity, and then it's like she's almost just like able to, like, she's got her wands almost as if she's got it as like a steering wheel. Like, I know the direction I'm going, and I'm going to go forward. And it's like this light, to me, I'm getting like major, like solar plexus energy, confidence coming out. Also, in the past energy, we've got King of Pentacles here. So for some of you, I feel like this could be tied to maybe like a boss, like maybe you had a change in like a boss. This guy has kind of some dark energy. Like he's like all about the ring, and he's kind of shady, shifty, looking off to the side. Like, I don't know. I mean, the King of Pentacles usually has pretty good energy about him, but in this deck, this guy looks a little shady to me. I don't know that I would trust this guy. So that change that you've had, recently in this, and it could be a change in the relationship, but I'm picking much more up on like the career, the root chakra, that type of energy, right? Your foundation. Our foundation as a society is being shaken right now. And things are, as I said, I think in one of my recent videos that I recorded on Instagram, things are falling apart so they can fall together. If you were in a situation where you were happy and you were continuing to, be able to balance and go through the motions and just live your life, you wouldn't have this desire to move on to the next level. So sometimes what happens is energetically, the universe does these things, these situations, divine intervention comes in, right? The Tower. And these things happen so that we are forced to move, because if we're comfortable, we're not going to move. We're going to stay stagnant, right? And I'm also getting to this is tied to also the paradigms about masculines, and the rise of the divine feminine. It's like he's wanting to hold on to this, and this could be the inner balance of masculine and feminine within yourself, right? Because we do have the balance card, but it's like this is, things are shifting to where the women, and the role of men in society too, they're under this pressure cooker, to where they're supposed to be the provider, they're supposed to do all these things, and the women are rising, and it's like that's not working anymore, right? They can't hang their hat on just being like, well, I'm going to make money and then I can just do whatever I want, or I can get any woman because I've got money. It's like, no, I mean, women are able to do that themselves. They don't necessarily need a man. And so how is he going to attract somebody that he wants to be with? It's not with the pentacles. It's with his heart. It's with his emotions. He's got to be vulnerable. He's got to be healed. And so there's a lot of that going on within the masculine, the healing of the inner masculine wounds. So anyway, I could probably do a whole separate video on that, but that's just what's coming through for some of you. But what needs to be overcome right now, we're in this 9 of Swords energy. It's like I'm drowning, and there's nobody here to save me, right? This person's up there, this, again, if it's akin to a work situation, this is the anxiety, this is the stress, this is like taking all this on, and this guy's up there, and I mean, he looks a little stressed, but he's like looking down at it. It's like, well, I've got this sword, I could have you, they're not trying to make an effort to save this person, this mermaid, I should say. It's like, I'm drowning. And what you want to remember too, when you're in 9 of Swords energy, it's very much in your head, and it's very much a self imposed anxiety too, that you've got to make this realization that you don't need someone to save you. You can save yourself. You know how to swim, and you know, you've got to just get to sometimes sink to the bottom, right? To pick up your own sword and say, screw this situation's not working for me. So you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to pick up that sword and I'm going to make a change. So the action forward, right, with this Lionsgate portal, we've got the Seven of Wands here. And this is an interesting one because it's a card, it can be about defensiveness, right? For me, the way I'm reading it with this energy and what's happening, this guy is like a scuba diver, and he's encountered this group of, I can't tell if they're mermaids, but they look like warriors. They're underwater, and they're like defending their territory. This guy is totally out of his element. He doesn't belong here. And he's like, whoa, I'm sorry. You know, I think it's like this pressure boiling point that's been building, right? To where whatever's going on with your situation, again, most likely a work situation, career, whatever, you no longer fit in here, or the change isn't meshing, okay? And it's like the pressure's building. So like, what's going to happen if you're going to be, you know, threatened to be attacked, and you're not able to be, you know, fit in or be your true authentic self or be safe, or, you know, if you're drowning, you know, this pressure is going to build. What are you going to do? You're going to leave. You're going to leave the situation. And again, if it was a good situation, you know, you wouldn't leave. But the universe is creating these circumstances to force you to turn and go move on to something better. So what we're being called to do right now is take a look in the mirror, right? Literally take a look in the mirror. We've got the Lovers here. The Lovers is a card of balance, but it's also like, you know, looking at the whole picture, the whole scenario. Like, what are you being shown in this situation, right? You could sit and stay in this energy, this Nine of Swords, this anxiety, this, oh my God, why is this happening? I can't get out of this. You could look at the situation, say, no, I'm going to pick up that sword, and I'm looking at it from a higher perspective, and it's like, okay, no, this is happening, like, reflect. Okay, so that's why this card came out. They're saying reflect. Reflect on, okay, this is no longer working for me, so what is it showing me, right? It's time to there's something else better out there for me. Even though it may not seem like it now, that's what's happening. It's like here, it's almost like this person is like a mermaid, but they see themselves on the other side, right? They see that they could have this other life out here. This is kind of dark in here. It's kind of like murky, but it's like, no, I can break free and I can make this change. And this is a different version of myself. This is an evolved version of myself, that once I break through this stuck energy, right? We've got Hangman. You know, you can't stay stuck and stagnant and expect to get to the other side, to break through to what your true potential is. And what's this, you guys, oh my God, I got chills. So what comes, like, once you get out of this net, right, the universe again is forcing you to get out of your comfort zone so that you take action and you stop staying stagnant. Because Four of Wands is here, and now this is traditionally, you know, a marriage card, but it also symbolizes stability. It symbolizes stability, support, your foundation, laying that foundation. And it's like, that's what we have the potential to do now with this Lionsgate energy, is to pick up that sword, cut away like the stuff that's like no longer working, right, and manifest something new. New moons are definitely about manifesting. So when you pick up that, you know, that Three of Wands energy, and you say, I'm done with this, I'm going to close this out, you know, you evolve and you progress to the Four. You can get into that, like I said, that better other side of you know, cross the threshold, right? You feel like you're drowning, you don't have to. There's light ahead. What's so beautiful, and why I said I had the chills, because you get the Four Wands. The outcome card is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you guys, other than the Sun, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles is probably one of the top, like, top cards in the deck. I mean, Pentacles. And how ironic that it you know, we're talking about career, we're talking about foundation. The Ten of Pentacles is the completion. It's the ultimate. You have everything. You have everything. You've got, I mean, look at this feast. There's a feast, and then they've got the family. They've got, you know, the grandparents, the kids. I mean, they've got all this abundance. It's a card of abundance. And, you know, it's, you know, you have everything. The relationships you want. If you stay in this stack, you know, this type of energy because of a job or whatever, you know, the situation is, you're just going to keep attracting these negative experiences. And, you know, when you're out of balance, when you're not in your truth, you know, if you're trying to attract a partner, for example, you know, when you're in this situation, you know, you've got to break free from that and become the best version of yourself that you can be in your balanced energies. So then you can manifest everything you want. And so I'm seeing that is definitely possible with this energy. I mean, that's things that are happening right now. You've just got to change your perspective on it and look at it as it's an opportunity, right? It is an opportunity. If something's falling apart, it's like, all right. And we've got the Six of Swords, which this is the calmer waters are ahead. You're being led out of this darkness into something better. Definitely getting that for sure. So let me see what we've got here. I'm going to pull, I think this is the Sacred Journey. I might be mixing this up. This is a Denise Lynn deck. I'm totally blanking. But Healing the Past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. So, you know, there's this pain because you don't want to let go. I mean, if a job situation is no longer working, something's falling apart, you know, you may not want to leave your coworkers. You may not want to see, like, you know, again, the things that once were are no longer are, and it's very hard. So you've got to, you know, heal from that. You've got to feel that pain. Allow yourself to feel it. I always am an advocate of Apache tears for grief, you know, they absorb that pain. You know, cry, feel it, sit with it. But then the perspective is it's an opportunity. And change is never easy, right? Especially with these times and these tumultuous times that we're going through. But it is an opportunity for sure. So I'm feeling called to pull. This is one of my newer decks that I just got. It's called the Enchanted Map Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. So we're going to see what message Spirit has for us for that. Whoa, there's a lot of energy in these. There we go. There's one. Goblins. Okay, this is interesting. And it's a 5. It's a 5, which is definitely a card of change. All right, so let's see what it says here. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. So this is about what I was saying earlier about in dealing with this change. It's important to keep the perspective, right? To keep the perspective of let go of the negativity. Don't blame. Blame others for, things going the way they are. It's like, this is happening for a reason. I am no longer going to be stuck and stagnant, and there's something better that is waiting for me, and that's why this is happening. Again, fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. This is also about forgiving the situation. If think of how powerful it would be, instead of feeling angry about why something's happening and blaming them and saying, how could they do this? I hate these people. I can't believe what they've done. I can't believe how they're ruining, things. I can't believe all of this is happening. What if you look at it as, all right, this is an opportunity. It may not seem like it now, but this is a favor. They're doing me a favor. I should be thankful because, I was kind of stuck and stagnant in my situation. I was. And, I'm just, I look at it that way. I was stuck and stagnant. Things maybe weren't going, yeah, I could have kept going through the motions, but, it really is a good time for change. It really is a good time for change. And they're giving me this opportunity. So how powerful is that when you come from a place of gratitude versus resentment? Okay. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you want to look into your specific situation, please contact me for a reading, and I would love to connect with you. Also, please continue watching my Instagram and Facebook for additional updates. Take care, everybody.